Well, it seems that New York City and 770 other U.S. cities have combined sewers. And when it rains or the snowpack melts, they dump billions upon billions upon billions upon billions of gallons of raw human sewage and all the trash and rat poison and viruses and bacteria off the streets into the waterways. The landscape in New York City is a giant viral bacteria mess. And gee golly whiz, they have a death spike. They have a coronavirus spike. And they're the death capital of America. New York City, New Rochelle, the East River, the entire mess caused by the real estate development pals of Donald John Trump and Andy Cuomo and Mayor de Blasio and all the other mayors like Bloomberg and, you know. Oh, geez, I'll tell you what. New York City, the giant septic tank, and gee golly whiz, they got a COVID-19 problem. Isn't that just, wow, think of the coincidences of that. Think of the possibilities of all those combined sewers that are dumping massive amounts of death and disease in all of America's waterways. Way to go, Donald John Trump. And Biden and Cuomo and the Bushes and Pataki, Governor Pataki, Nelson Rockefeller, the whole freaking stinking mess. Bloomberg and Cuomo. I mean, come on, ladies and gentlemen. Combined sewers, and gee golly whiz, people are getting sick. Imagine that. Isn't that just, it's unbelievable. They dump gargantuan amounts of raw sewage and all kinds of dead rats and every other kind of garbage and trash imaginable right into the river and the waterways all around New York City. And gee golly whiz, there's people that are getting sick and dying and spreading all kinds of infectious disease in New York City. Isn't that amazing? Donald John Trump. And in Washington, D.C., same thing. Baltimore, Montreal, Toronto, Detroit, Flint, Michigan, Chicago, Miami, Tampa, all up and down the eastern seaboard from Key West, Florida, all the way up to Maine. They've got this giant, massive dumping of sewage into the waterways, and oh my God, people are getting sick. Isn't that just, oh, it's horrible. San Francisco, Los Angeles, Vancouver, Washington, Portland, Oregon, Seattle, all up and down the Mississippi, the Missouri River, the Red River, the Ohio River, the Tennessee River, the Penobscot, the Anacostia, the Potomac, just on and on and on and on and on. All over America, people are getting sick and dying because there's 771 major U.S. cities with combined sewers dumping vast amounts of poison and death into America's waterways. Now, isn't that just fascinating? Ladies and gentlemen, all the proof and the evidence that you'd ever want to have is listed below. And as always, hasta la vista, God bless, and remember something. The Big Apple is really a big turd because they dump more turds into New York Harbor, the East River, the Hudson River, Long Island Sound than you can possibly imagine. Have a wonderful day, Donald John Trump.